Imagine that you are a Blight. It's the beginning of 1845 and you are standing between two fields. One is diverse with patches of wheat, beans and arugula. The other, not so much. It grows only potatoes. Since the fields are of the same size, you say to yourself, why bother trying to infest all these different types of plants on the first field when I can take the whole potato field in one fell swoop? So you spread throughout the whole field and kill all the plants. Then you discover another potato field nearby, and another one, and another one. So you infest those two and continue to do so with additional fields. The country we are in is Ireland, and by the end of the year, you have caused the Irish potato famine with 1 million deaths. Congrats! But you wouldn't be able to do so without the great monoculture. A similar thing happened in 1970 in the US with corn, when southern corn leaf blight devastated 15% of all corn. And the same thing is now happening again with all the banana plantations around the world. Now, there are two ways to combat crop failure caused by diseases. First is to modify the crop varieties to be resistant, plant the modified plants, and protect them with pesticides, fungicides, etc. The second is to reintroduce biodiversity into the fields so that the ecosystem can take care of itself. But imagine you have a farm in Iowa, and you want as much profit for as little work as possible. And who would want to bother taking care of all these types of plants in one field? So you are sticking with monoculture. And you are gonna give the plants great doses of fertilizer, otherwise it wouldn't grow, and you are gonna spray it with all sorts of pesticides to ensure the best yield possible. Let's assume you are growing corn and soybeans, because that's what farmers in Iowa do. And you are rotating them in 2 to 4 year cycles, because that's what farmers in Iowa do. And also because you don't need to add as much nitrogen when growing corn, and it helps you manage pathogen buildup in the soil. With the help of pesticides, you manage the rest of the diseases, and with fertilizers, you ensure good crop growth. So everything seems fine, but through the corn-soybean rotation, you are causing long-term organic matter loss in the soil, eventually turning all of your fields, your livelihood, and the source of food for millions of people into dust. And I think we would all agree that you can't grow much in dust with zero water retention, no nutrient values, and nada microbial activity. So why do farmers still use this system? One of the main reasons, of course, is its efficiency. Thanks to large areas of land being covered with a single crop, farmers can use big machinery, only one type of fertilizer, harvest all of the produce at the same time, and so on. The other reason is that monoculture crops, for example corn and soybeans, are heavily subsidized by the government. In the US specifically, the government subsidizes the 5 major crops: corn, soy, wheat, cotton and rice, while the others not so much. But let me ask you this question. Are the short-term subsidies really worth the long-term field loss? Wouldn't it be easier to grow multiple crops on one field at the same time to promote biodiversity, topsoil buildup and water retention? That's for everyone to decide. If you think that we need monoculture and its efficiency, then check out this video where I will try to prove you wrong. And if you liked this video and wanna see more similar ones in the future, then please consider subscribing to my channel. It really means the world to me.